people that know Wilfred Watson, and I'm coming to Wilfred Watson later, so I know that there's plenty of folks who have seen his work, and you know, I think it was almost a situation where they really liked his work, or they really didn't. He was doing these multimedia extravaganzas at Studio Theatre, but he was also doing these highly poetic works at the Yardbird Suite and then at Walterdale as well. This is more of sort of a dialogue in the tradition of it's almost Robertson Davies-ish. If anybody's familiar with the Truman and Lovewit dialogue in the Massey Commission report, I almost see this as almost a response to that. It's basically the premise, and it's really all about the premise, but the premise is that it's a Canadian playwright who's never written a play, talking with a Canadian director who's never directed a Canadian play, and they're considering collaborating on a play that would be about the director, Peter Brook, directing a phone book, a Canadian phone book in Hanoi, Vietnam. And as this was produced in 1967, it had immediate political relevance. But really the dialogue is about what it means to be a Canadian playwright, to be a Canadian director, what it means to be Canadian, and really asking, what does it mean to ask, what does it mean to be Canadian? In the centennial year in that case. But these are questions of identity that come up time and time again. And it's interesting to see Wilfred Watson as sort of I guess, well, he was a British expat, so to see his sort of a take on Canadian identity. And you know, I think Canadians tend to have a sense of humor one way or another when it comes to discussions about Canadian identity. And I think this is reflected very well in his play. So it's a great read.